Hold up. We streaming? Let's see. We'll know this soon enough. I'm not seeing anything. Let's see. Does not look like it. There we go. Okay. Now we're streaming. Alright. It is August 30th at 5:10 p.m. Friday, August 30th, obviously. Here we are on Fallout 76. This is actually not going to be the site of my next lore video, but we will be doing more lore videos in 76 soon enough. In fact, if you're interested in choosing what the next lore video is going to be, well, the very next lore video is going to be one covering, actually, everything we know about House Va'ruun before the Shattered Space DLC that comes out September 30th. I was originally going to do the New Atlantis lore video first, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to do the House Va'ruun one first. And I thought I would honestly have that thing done in like 2 or 3 days, but I didn't realize the work that would be involved in getting the footage for that one specifically. So I'll just go ahead and say that the one after that, though, you can go ahead and you can go vote as to what you want that next lore video to be, and you can do that on my Discord in the next lore video channel. So let's see, what else? Oh, okay. So in terms of the House Va'ruun lore video that I'm going to be doing, just one thing to note real quick as to why the footage is taking so long to get my hands on it. It's the companion system is different between Fallout 4 and Starfield. So just to give you basically a little bit of backstory on how I've dealt with this kind of stuff in the past, when I did my video on what's his name, Robert McCready, mayor of Little Lamplight, later a companion you can get in Fallout 4. I actually did the full breadth of regular play with that character in order to get the shots that I needed to get. Now later when I did some footage, so I did the video on Vault 95, and then I needed to get some shots with Rose? No. What is... Sorry, I'm having trouble remembering names at the moment in Fallout 4. I needed footage with another companion, and so what I did was I went in and altered the affinity that character felt for me. And so if you're unaware, the way that Fallout 4 does this kind of stuff is companions have a statistic called affinity, and I don't remember the exact range of it, but it starts out at 0 and it goes either positive or negative. When you do things they like, it goes positive. When you do things they don't like, it goes negative. So basically what I did there was manipulated it up, and I captured the shots that I needed to get within Vault 95 with this character. Yeah, I'm thinking about the wrong person right now. Anyway, so the difference though between Fallout 4 and Starfield is that in Fallout 4 it's just a question of affinity. You get the affinity up to whatever the level it needs to be, and they will almost immediately initiate the conversation. I think generally what it kind of has to happen is you have to be playing with them for like another few minutes, so they'll add like another few points naturally to affinity, and at that point they'll trigger the conversation. Now the way it works in Starfield is that you have to get hundreds of points of affinity, and I think it's every 100 points you get a new conversation. But along with that, it's not just that. There's actually 2 conditions to trigger a conversation with that companion, and the other condition is that you have to have been playing with him for an hour straight, and I'm talking real hour, not in-game hour. So it's a significant length of time. One second. And so basically for the House Va'ruun, I'm going to go ahead and give a spoiler here. So if you don't want to know this part, you should probably jump ahead 30 seconds or so. Andreja is a member of House Va'ruun. So in order to get some of the information specifically about House Va'ruun, you have to get to her 4th conversation. And so that means a minimum of 4 hours of play. Now, I think we can go back to non-spoiler territory here. Basically, in order to get that fourth conversation that I needed from that character, I needed to do, again, get like 400 points of affinity. Hey Jim Jam the Daft One, good to see you. Hope you're having a good week. And not only that, but I needed to spend 4 hours in game. And it's not even just like a straight 4 hours. It's hour, get the conversation, then again build up the next affinity and the next hour. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's not even necessarily 4 hours. It could be as much as like 8 hours to get that, because you're not going to be earning affinity to the right level over the course of that hour that you're playing with them. So I originally was going to go ahead and just basically cheat my way to it, use console commands and jump my character up 800,000 points or whatever it is in affinity. But I didn't really like that, because not only would that be, like, it's not really the way I like to do things, but it would have been one thing to just do that to capture the footage. But when I'm doing that and I'm playing the game for 8 hours and basically creating a save file with 8 extra hours of gameplay that I don't necessarily want to be there, it's just, it's not really something I wanted to do. So I've been doing it properly. I've now gotten that fourth conversation. I do plan to run that out to the end of that character's quest line, because there's going to be a little bit of extra stuff related to House of Varun at the end of that quest line. So once I get that, I should be good to go. I've got all the other footage I need to talk about House of Varun, and so I'm going to finish the script up probably tomorrow morning, hopefully get the audio recorded, and I've already got the video, because literally when I'm going through these different quests to actually get the information I need, I'm capturing the video at the same time. So, and it's actually, we don't know a huge amount about House of Varun. We know the basics, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's spread over a companion quest line. There's a little bit we learned during the Vanguard, the UC Vanguard quest line. There's a little bit you learn just from playing the game and coming in contact with the Varun Zealots and stuff like that. So it's, again, it's all spread out. And so while it's taking me dozens of hours to capture all the footage I need and transcribe terminal entries and conversations and things like that, the actual video itself will probably be no more than 10 minutes long, I wouldn't think. So anyway, though, why don't we go ahead and do what we need to do here, which is specifically dailies. Let's see, because I need to get more gold together. Now this is my what's it called? My Fallout World character. So I'm doing these here so that I can then get the points that I need for the season on my non-Fallout World character, just because it's easier to do it here. I can't visit another player's shelter, unfortunately, but I can do the rest of these things. So let's go to an NPC vendor. First, I guess I should make some weapons so I can sell some of them. I also have to kill some feral ghouls, cultists, collect purified water, claim a workshop. Okay, so let's go to a camp first and see what I can do there. But yeah, so after I finish this House of Varun video, I'm going to work on a Fallout lore video. Now, as to which video that is, again, it's up to you. Go ahead and go to the what's it called? The poll that I currently have set up on the next lore video channel. All right. Basically what you can do there is you can vote on what it is that's going to be the next one. If it's going to be Fallout 3, New Vegas, 4, or 76. Currently, there are only 2 votes in there. One for 3 and one for 76. So, if you are interested in picking what the next one's going to be, go ahead and go there. Let's see. Need to make some weapons. Let's see what we got here. Machined guns. Let's go ahead. I was going to make something small. Let's just... 4, 5. Okay. Then I got this. Okay. Actual dailies, not just the challenges I'll have to do on that actual character. One thing I will also note, my last stream was actually the first time I've gotten into any sort of copyright trouble. And that's because apparently the music that plays when you open up the, what's it called? I'm not going to open it right now, but when you open up the seasons thing, that was an actual song. And the license holders automated bot came after me and got that video demonetized. Not that it was monetized to begin with, but it was like, you can't earn money from this. It's like, I'd never monetize my streams as it is, so not a big loss there. I only ever monetize any video that I actually put an amount of effort into. So that's never been a concern with streams. Walking up to the Pleasant Valley train yard. And along the way, who knows, maybe I'll see some cultists or something like that. So I can take some shots. Anyway. So yeah, I am also still working on the New Atlantis lore video as well. Basically, what I'm trying to do right now is figure out the proper route to take. If you watched my video where I talked about all the stories in Cydonia on Mars, trying to set myself to walking. Anyway, if you watched my video on Cydonia, what I did there was I turned all of the side quests into basically a story, where the captain of the frontier is wandering through the town, meeting all these people, visiting all the shops, doing all the quests that these people have. And the thing about that is you have to have, like, if I'm going to do that again, which I'd like to do, I have to come up with a proper, like, route through the city, a proper set of quests to do in order, and along with that, because some of them take you off-world, I've got to figure out if I do that where it's like, I go out and explore, like, and do 3 or 4 quests at a time, or if I do it where it's like I do 1 quest at a time off-world and have that be a part of the story, to where it's like coming back to the spaceport and meeting these people this time. Ugh. Carrying capacity. I hate carrying capacity so much. And the over-encumbrance and all that stuff. It's one of those things where it's like, yes, it makes for more realism, but at the same time, it makes things so frustrating at times. All I really want is the ability to fast travel, regardless of if I'm over-encumbered or not. Like, I'm even okay with you saying, like, okay, you're here at this location, you can't run continuously because you're carrying 10,000 pounds worth of stuff. But, I mean, the whole thing where you can't fast travel while you're carrying a whole bunch of stuff is just stupid, because it's like, why don't we just assume that I'm making this trip a dozen times? There we go. I mean, you can even work that in to where it's like the amount of time that's actually spent doing that travel has increased. Okay, challenges. Sold those guns. I still need to build floor or wall decorations in the camp. Kill feral ghouls, cultists, collect purified... I think I've got purified water production going on at my camp. God. There we go. How am I still over-encumbered? I just sold everything I had. That was what was making me over-encumbered, was those weapons. What else do I have? Did I pick something else up on the road? I don't know why I'm carrying so much of this stuff as it is, but let's go ahead and see here. And this is the other thing, too, is that dealing with inventory really makes for just spellbinding watching, right? Alright. Okay. So, floor and wall decorations. What do we have? There we go. Anything small that's also not holiday themed? Parking meters. Alright. Okay. Apparently pressing shift and moving forward doesn't make you run. It shoots straight up on this thing. Am I still... I don't know. Okay, flamingos. Flamingos it is. There we go. Fantastic. And the funny thing about doing this like seasonal stuff is I know the season's just about to end. Hey Mason, good to see you. Okay, let's see here. Challenges daily. Okay, so again, purified water, workshop, and killing cultists and feral ghouls. I think I've got water purifiers around here somewhere. Apparently not. Okay, so what I'll do is I will create a couple of water generators. I seriously, okay, I might even have them. They've just been destroyed.
Never give up.
Let's see.
Keep doing it.
There we go. I also do have some new shelters that I've never visited before. Oh, there's where I put some parking meters. Probably when I was having to put down floor decorations for another thing. Can I get... No, that's where you get blood, is out of that well. Okay, let's see. And... Better? Sorry, what do you mean? Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the workshop that comes to mind most. Oh, yes. Not fat. I can say that one. Okay, let's go to Mananga Power Plant. I'm not going to power up Mananga,
Attention, customers.
because I don't need to,
Mananga
but I will
Power
claim the
Plant
workshop.
has experienced an unexpected failure.
I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well.
Rest assured,
Have you had a good
our
week?
maintenance crews are working hard to minimize the outage and
I've been
safely restore power. Based
either
on
at
current
work,
projections, most customers should
dealing with
expect
a bunch of
power to be
projects
restored
there,
by-
or here, generally playing Starfield, trying to get the footage I need for a couple of videos. Hey, feral ghouls! 2 birds with 1 stone. I feel like I've seen Scorched here before as well, and wild dogs, so you never know what you're going to find here. I think it's right around this side. Yeah, there it is. Okay, enemies. Oh. You have a storm coming, huh? In my area, we have literal storms coming. After weeks of hot and dry weather, we actually have some proper rain coming. Let's see. Are you assuming that you've got some storms coming, or do you know something's actually coming in terms and are we talking metaphorical or actual storms? Ah, okay. Yeah. Can I still not claim it? Is it... Have I killed enough enemies around here? Let's see. Okay. Can you point out the enemies nearby, please? Ah, okay. He's hiding. There we go. I think that must have been it. Otherwise, I don't know why I would have gotten caps there. Okay, so I still need to find more feral ghouls and some more cultists. Yeah, for me, last week, this was the storm. I don't know. Sometimes, some jobs just, God, they are crazy. Wow. Yeah, well, the U.S. being as broad as it is, we've got our earthquakes in the southwest, we've got our tornadoes in the central, we've got the nor'easters in the northeast. Okay, so we claimed that. Is that Does that count for my challenge here? We got the hurricanes that cross Florida. Well, and hit the southeast, and we even get them here in Texas as well. Okay, so still need to collect water, kill feral ghouls, and kill cultists. Cultists. Why don't we just go to any mark on the map that's marked for cultists? What's the closest spot? I feel like I remember that one. I don't know. Where is the closest cultist location? Let's go to Mothhome. So I think you're the first person I've talked to who's watched these streams or any of my videos who's from Africa. Like actually in Africa, not someone who's got ancestry from Africa. That was nowhere near enough cultists. I'm gonna have to wipe out multiple cultist sites. Let's head up to Blake's offering. You do have your own version of Florida Man. I have an aunt that she's got family in South Africa. She was born in Rhodesia.
I go to the divine light.
Let's see. There we go. Okay. Now sometimes there are feral ghouls down here at Kmax. Let's see what we got. Oh, Wendigo, that might be just a sign. There we go. Anybody else out here? Oh yeah, I told my Discord I have played like an hour of the Star Wars Outlaws game. Now, I will grant you 100% that an hour is not enough time to pass judgment on anything, but I will say that I did not experience anywhere near the level of crap that some people have. Specifically, like, I don't know what people were using to capture the footage of the main character, Kay Vess, I think that's her name. But like either they've changed the model, because there was an update before I started playing, either they've changed the model, or people were playing that game on like a potato or something, but she looks a lot closer to the actual model that the character was created from, so I don't know what was going on there. But yeah, I was expecting basically what I've seen on Twitter and stuff like that, but that's not even close to being what I experienced. Now, I will say that the gameplay is like a little bit ridiculous, and that you have this little tiny woman going around knocking people out with like a smack to the back of the head, which looks ridiculous. But again, I haven't seen the rubber banding that a lot of people have been showing off and stuff like that. So I don't know. Again, an hour is not really enough time to pass judgment on anything, but I'm just saying that what I've experienced has not matched my anticipated experience. Ah, scorched. I love these Enclave turrets that look like I'm working with like those Terminator bots in Terminator 3. I do love the concept that comes with these games that like, Jesus, that this little wooden pallet right here is enough to stop machine gun bullets. Hey, Acorn Electric, good to see you. Hope you've had a good week. Yeah, again, I've only experienced an hour of the Star Wars Outlaws game, so I've basically gone from the first city to the second city on like the first planet you get to after your flight from the first city. And so I just got there. So again, I've not experienced enough of it to really create a full perspective, to have a full perspective on it. But again, what I've seen has not been anywhere near as bad graphically as I was expecting it to be. People said that the vistas look beautiful, and I agree with that. But again, I have not, like, the images that I've seen of the main character made her look horrifyingly awful, and again, that is not what I experienced. She looks far closer to the actual model that they created the character from in the first place, at least from what I've experienced. Now, I will also say that I'm using a 4080 Super, and so it could be that some people were either experiencing this on a console or were playing it with some sort of far lesser card. But I have seen people say that on the 4090 they get not anywhere near the level of like FPS and stuff that they should be getting. But I didn't check that. So okay, so what else? More feral ghouls, I believe. So let's go to Morgantown, the home of the feral ghoul. This town is Feral Ghoul Central. Or at least has been, historically speaking. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we get some sort of faction that comes and sets up here. But until then... Ah, mole miners. Well, the treasure hunters, I mean. What? Oh, Scorched. Yeah, the high school is controlled by the Scorched. What? Yes. I don't know if anybody's noticed it, but about 75% of the time when I'm recording audio, I've got a cat sitting in my lap. And most of the time that she's up here, it's this cat, and she's purring. So you may be able to hear that if you listen closely in some of the voiceover. Okay, what else do I have to do now? Oh, collect purified water, that's right. And so I set up those water purifiers. Let's head up there. This is Lucy. Let me pick her up here. She's, again, usually the cat that's in my lap when I'm recording, so there we go. When we got her, she was a kitten, and she was already kind of fat, and so our vet told us that she would probably always be a pear-shaped cat, and she indeed has always been a pear-shaped cat. Okay, let's see here. Timothy Biscuits, good name. So is Zeus. Come on, there we go. I got our purified water.
Oh, pardon me.
Okay. Let's check that out. By the way, I hate this door. Like, this thing to me is so ugly. But it's definitely the one that's supposed to, like, match this set. So I use them in here. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out the challenges again. Anything more here? Visit another player's shelter. Let's see. Okay, so I wanted to check... I've gotten a few shelters recently on the Atomic Shop. I just wanted to see what they actually looked like. Because basically, I have Fallout First. I've had it since it first launched because I can film way better in Fallout First. And so, like, this is like the Pittsburgh shelter. Let's see here. Because I've got additional ones that I have never actually even opened. But I always buy them whenever they make them available with the free, well, not free, but with the complimentary, I don't know, what's the way to, the, the atoms you get for, doing Fallout first. Okay, so let's see. Atrium, lobby, quarters, server room. I don't know if I've ever really looked at the server room one. Let's see. Let's go in the server room. I think I've been in here. Wow, okay. This is bigger than I thought. Can I go in there? Is this... Okay, there's glass, but can I go around that, or is this just like all appearances? I think it's all appearances. Which would be kind of disappointing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's neat to have these kind of like backdrops, but at the same time, it's a little bit frustrating that I can't actually go in there. Okay, let's see. What else we got? Abandoned mine shelter entrance. That looks right. This is kind of neat. I'm not sure how you would decorate this interior, but I don't know if you set up like a fake little settlement down here or something like that. Okay. Missile silo shelter. I think I've been in this one. I think I filmed a little bit in this one before. Specifically when I was doing a video talking about all the craters across the 3D Fallouts. Yeah. But you can still see the desk that I set up to get the shot. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Forbidden dig site. I'm now going to have this chain of shelter entrances. Yeah, I hate seeing it when people ditch animals as well. Our dog is a rescue dog. He was a year old when we got him. And he had been abandoned by his previous owner. My guess is because basically that he used to chew on electrical wires, I think. Because basically after we got him, for like the first month or two, he would occasionally chew a cable. Nothing that was plugged in, luckily. Destroyed a couple of cables that we had, which was definitely frustrating, but he grew out of that almost immediately. That's the only reason we can consider. And we also think that he was probably abused at one point. Okay, we've already been to the neighborhood square. My wife has a little stun gun, and she just wanted to test it real quick, and so she like did a little thing, she clicked it, and it does a little crackle that comes from the electricity. And he got all freaked out and ran out of the room, so we think he was probably abused at some point with one of those. Wait, storage facility shelter entrance. Let's see what this is. Whoa. Well, this is pretty plain, but it's pretty big. What's back here? Individual little rooms you could set up as individual workspaces. Okay. Wait, that's the same one. Right? Yeah. Toxic wasteland entrance. Oh, I think I actually had that at the other place. I've got this like flying robot that I'm going to get into inside this interior shelter. Okay, never mind. This is not what I was thinking it was. This is definitely interesting. This reminds me of Fallout 3 to an extent. Anyway, not so much the weather effects, but okay. Let's see what else we got. Root cellar. Well, this is nice and creepy. Okay, so it's root cellar and sewer, it looks like. Yeah, I don't know how much I'd want to make this into an encampment. It's kind of like the Thieves Guild hideout in Riften. Flatlands I've been to. This is entirely why I called the Brother to Steel detachment in the Fallout show the Flatlands Brotherhood. Because this is the Flatlands shelter, and it looks very much like the surroundings of that Windover Air Force Base. Okay. Is that it? That may have been it. I think so. It's weird that there's missile silo shelter and nuclear test bunker. Okay. So this is a different one. Oh yeah, I've seen a screenshot of this. That's neat. Is that blast wave ever going to get here, or is it just gonna... Okay. That's neat, though. Let's see what we got down here. Does it go anywhere? A couple of fairly plain-looking rooms, it looks like. Yeah. Alright. Well, I think that's everything to this. All right. Yeah, but so basically I think I'm going to probably close things out here in just a minute. I was just going to say, though, that... Because, I mean, I don't really have too much else to say at the moment because I'm still working on these other lore videos. So what I'll just say is that, again, if you're interested in picking what the next lore video is going to be, if you go to my Discord, there's the next lore video channel. In there, you can click and vote on what you want the next one to be. Now, basically, what is currently up for vote is Fallout 3's Metro. Fallout New Vegas is Repcon company, Repcon Aerospace. Fallout 4's Mass Fusion, and Fallout 76, the Moth Cults. I might do a day-long stream at some point if there's like some sort of charity for something like that, or something like that. I mean. But I mean, right now I've got just stuff I got to work on. Specifically... Okay, so you're interested in the Metro. So I guess I'll say that's 2 votes for the Metro system. Specifically, I'm just trying to get these the Starfield videos done, which specifically means I actually have to spend a significant amount of time in the game. If you weren't here for that part, I'll just really quickly repeat. Fallout 4, the affinity system for companions, you just can up it with the console commands, and when you get to a certain level of affinity, the companions will have a conversation with you. And it's the way it works with normal gameplay, to where it's like, you do something they like. Kate, that was the name of the character I couldn't remember at the beginning. If you want Kate to like you, you do stuff like pick locks and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, that's great. And also have conversations where you pick dialogue options she likes, then she'll be happy. Now, in Starfield, it's similar, but at the same time, it's not just affinity. It's also that you have to be playing with that character as your companion for a minimum of an hour. So, for example, if I need to get footage of some sort of like the 8th conversation that I have with Sarah Morgan, for example, I would have to get her affinity up to like 800, I think it is, and along with that, play with her in my party for a minimum of 8 hours. And again, that's assuming that I'm getting 100 points per hour, and she's having that conversation on the hour. So it's one of those things where it's not always going to work out like that. And so with this footage that I need for the House of Arun lore video, it's taking me a long time to get through it. Once I do finish collecting that, though, which I hope will be either later tonight or early tomorrow, I can finish the script, get the audio recorded, get the video out, hopefully by the end of the day tomorrow. I really wanted to get a 3rd video out this month, just because I'm trying to get back into the normal swing of things following the end of the Fallout TV show. And so, again, that's what my hope is. We'll see exactly what happens there. But, yeah, it's fun talking to y'all, too. And it would be interesting to see exactly, because it's one of those things where I will absolutely have days where I play video games the entire day, especially when I'm trying to capture specific content that I need for a video. But I've never streamed for more than 2 or 3 hours. So I don't know. We'll see in the future if I can figure out a day for something like that. I mean, part of it is my wife works the night shift, so she's actually out tonight until tomorrow morning at like 7 a.m. So it's going to be that way for like the next 4 nights. So who knows? Maybe if I get some more work done or something like that, I might do an extra stream. We'll see. Again, it entirely depends on whether or not I can get this Starfield lore video out. So yeah, she's in this horrible position right now where she's at the end of a current shift schedule, and then she's starting a new shift schedule. So this week she worked Wednesday, and then she also works tonight and tomorrow night. So that's Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. The next schedule starts her off on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So she's got 5 days in a row, 12-hour shifts, running from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. But as a nurse, because they don't have scribes or anything like that, and she has to do the documentation, she's usually there a minimum till 7-something. The other day she was there till 9:30 in the morning recording information about her patients. So it's a hell of a shift, and she's got a crazy set of shifts coming up this week. So anyway, though, I think what I'm going to do is going to go ahead and drop off this, get back to work on the Starfield stuff, and hopefully capture all the footage I need to get that video out again by tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, so that I can fulfill my goal of having 3 videos out in the month of August. And then hopefully I can get 2 to 3 videos out in September as well. I would hope for more, but it entirely depends on like what videos I end up putting together. Specifically the Metro video in Fallout 3 and the New Atlantis video in Starfield are both going to be very, very labor intensive. So we'll see exactly how long those ones take. Anyway, though, it's been great to hang out with y'all. It's been good to see you again. Not Fat, Acorn Electric, and was there anybody else in here? Jim Jam, I don't know if you're still here at the moment, but anyway, though, I will head off now, and I will see you all next Friday at the latest. So have a good weekend, y'all.